right, everybody, it is Monday, June 5th. It's about 11 o'clock. I've already knocked out a few calls today, and we're going to do that pull and clean. They actually approved it, so we're going to go pull that coil out of there. We're going to clean it up. We're going to put her back in. I will link a video up here somewhere, and if you want to check that out, but only after you watch this one first. Or if you want, go watch that one first and then come back and watch this one. Either way, make sure you watch both of them. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, this is her right here. All right, let's get hooked up here, and we'll get this baby pumped down. Still a lot of oil there. I said that in the last video. I feel like there's a lot of oil there. It's already been running today. It's pretty warm. But I leak checked it and there was nothing leaking. Best I can say is somebody sprayed a lot of oil when they took their hoses off. All right, she's coming down now. Got the liquid line closed off right there. And we're pumping down. It won't be long now. That didn't take long. Alright, got the suction side turned off now, or cranked down now. I was close to pulling a vacuum, but I got it cut off in time. And you never want to pull it down into a vacuum when you're pumping a system down. So we're just going to bleed off this little residual, and we'll be good to go. We're going to go up there and get it cut out. We're going to bring it outside and get her cleaned up. All right, here we are at the air handler. We're going to get this thing cut out of there. Yeah, I already know it's going to be tight. I mean, it's tight. So I got the water heater right there. As I'm peeling this Armaflex off, I'm noticing the TXV bulb is not even really fastened real good. So when we put it back on, we'll have to fasten that a little bit better. But I'm just trying to get it out of the way right now so it doesn't get damaged. All right. Yeah, once I get all this Armaflex peeled back and everything, I'm gonna cut her there and I'm gonna cut her there. And then I also have to cut the condensate off too. Probably just cut it right there in the middle so I can slip the coupling back on. Or at least that's the plan. So we'll see. This small little panel off out of the way so I can see what I'm working with. We got one more screw down there covered in dust. Alright, we got everything cut. Now we're just going to try to slide it out. I got it out part of the way, but man, it's tight. That's high pressure water right there, that white pipe. So if I hit that, I'm in big trouble. But I'm going to fight with this thing. I do get it out though. All right, I got it out of there. It was not easy though, and getting it back in isn't going to be any easier. I actually didn't do a very bad job cleaning it in place. But you can see it's still got a bunch of shit in it, so let's get her downstairs. Right here is where I pull water from. It's all right, I'm happy to at least have some sort of water to hook up to. Seems like it's a ton of pressure. Alright, we got our refrigeration piping taped off. We can have a pretty good look in here now. I'm probably going to get these side panels off if I have to. back out. Too much pressure. Unless I might have did that the other day when I was here. All right, well, we have it thoroughly rinsed now. I got most of the debris out of there. Now we're gonna put some cleaner on there, let it sit. I'm gonna have to straighten these fins back out. I don't know if I did that or what, but either way, I'm gonna straighten these out. I think I got my fin straightener on the truck. All right, let's put some chemical on her now. All right, guys, so I got a cocktail of this stuff, Dissolve, and Evap Power, and water. So basically I got one part water, 1 part Dissolve, 1 part evaporator cleaner. We're gonna put that on there, let her sit, and then rinse it off. It's a part of the air conditioner. It's strong, she said. Funny thing is, I can't smell this at all. I don't think it has any, much smell to it at all. That condenser cleaner has some pretty significant smell to it. But this stuff doesn't smell like anything to me. Anything bad anyway. I must just be used to it. All right, I used just about all the chemical I mixed. So we're gonna let that sit on there for a little while. And let's see if I can find my fin straightener and try to straighten up some of these fins. If I can't find it, looks like I'm doing it with a screwdriver. Well, I found it. Hope it's not that one. Looks like I got into a greasy one time. She's a little thinner than that. All right, I'm gonna try to work on this a little bit. All right, this coil is a ton cleaner. And I tried straightening out a lot of these fins. I got some of them straight. Some of them are still flat. It's gonna have to be what that is, so. Definitely a lot cleaner, and it's gonna work a whole lot better too. All right, we're gonna get that back in there and we're gonna hook it back up. It's pretty tight though, so it's gonna be more than a notion. But let's get this thing back in there. All right, I kind of kicked the air handler to the side a little bit, you can see, so I can try to get it in there. I'm gonna try to finagle it back in there now. All right, I'm about to mock up my line set back. I'm just trying to get them bent over back over to them now. About to bust out the Yellow Jacket swedging tool. That's what this guy is. Have had this thing for years. Hasn't broke yet, so it's in pretty good shape. We're gonna get them swedged up. Pretty nice swedges there. And we'll got them mocked up now. Gonna go ahead and put some braze on them. Protecting my TXV with a wet rag here. Don't want to mess that up. Yeah, pretty good brazes, if I do say so myself. I did set off the smoke alarm, but that pretty much happens no matter what. If you're brazing near a smoke alarm, it's going to get set off. Yeah, look at this. All these wire nuts here. See, the line sets for the unit above runs up here too, but there's like 5 5 bunches of wire nuts here. There's one there, there's one there, one there, and there. Well, 4. It's like, good God, guys. Alright guys, got the vacuum pump hooked up now. I'm just pulling it through my gauges, nothing crazy on this one. I'm going to isolate from right here when I get done so I can see how well of a vacuum I pulled. I'm down to about 1900 now. And yeah, yep. I didn't worry about pulling valve cores and stuff like that. I don't have a very big line set here, so we're gonna go ahead and get her done. See how deep I can get it, just pulling the gauges. If I can't get a good vacuum on the gauges, I might hook up some hoses, but we'll see. I'm gonna pull it down and release the charge and top off as needed. All right, I'm using a hose clamp to fasten my TXV bolt back. That's what I like to do. Holds it pretty nicely. All right, we got our piping insulation back on, condensate back done. It looks good enough for this house, you know. Damn, I'm impressed. That's the first time I've actually pulled a vacuum through these gauges and just the gauges. And she got down to 148, so I mean, I guess it's a tight system. It's only a 1/4 inch line set, or 5/16, whatever the hell that is, but 149, that's not bad. All right, we got her back on now. It's stabilizing. Not doing too bad so far. Let's let it run. We'll check back on it in a few minutes. All right, this is what we got. And I can live with this. So, I'm about to finish packing up now and then get up out of here. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm happy to get up out of there. That was a pretty bad neighborhood, and usually it's not that bad, but there was some tenants there that were getting irate for different reasons. Somebody got their car towed. Another one, the one I was in, actually didn't know I was coming, and I didn't even know she was upset about it, but apparently she was, because her TV was up so loud when I first knocked on the door, she couldn't hear me, and she was in the back. So I'm knocking and knocking and knocking. Nobody's answering. And the maintenance department gives me a key when I first get there. They said, just in case they're not there, go ahead and use the key. Well, I knew they were there because the TV was up so loud. But she wasn't answering the door. So I was like, all right, I'll use the key, and then I'll yell in there, AC man, I'm here to work on the AC. And finally I went in there, and she was in the back, and she said, I thought you already fixed the air conditioning. I said, yeah, I did temporarily, but I'm coming back today to do the more extensive cleaning on it and get it fixed up. And she said, oh, okay. Well, little did I know that she was very upset that I walked into her house. So she went and complained to the management and this and that. And of course they had my back. They gave me a freaking key, for God's sake. And I told them when they asked me about it, when I had them sign my ticket, I said, I didn't even know she was upset about it. She was just like, oh, okay. And then I thought that was that. But apparently she was pretty upset about it. But, I mean, because as far as she knew, her air conditioning was fixed, because it's the type of place where the management company doesn't want me to discuss any findings or any diagnosis with the tenant. They said, just bring us, if they ask you anything, just defer to us. Say, if they ask you anything, just say, I'm going to report all my findings to the management company. You can ask them. And typically, whenever a tenant does ask, that's what I say. I say, I'm in the middle of the diagnosis. I'm going to report my findings to the management company. And then when I get done, you can ask them for my findings. Most of them are okay with that. I mean, a lot of them don't even really give a shit unless the air conditioning's fixed. So, but it was a little bit of a bizarre situation. Like I said, there was a lot of yelling and stuff going on out there today, and so I was just trying to finish up and get the hell out of there. I got other stuff I got to get to. It's already 3:30 in the afternoon, and I got at least 2 other calls I got to get to today. So, you know, I'd rather go somewhere where I'm appreciated being. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. I'm going to head over to my next one now. All right.